Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm an introvert. Now, introverts, like everyone else, can greatly benefit from cultivating friendships. Now, despite our tendency to prefer solitude or smaller social gatherings, introverts still have a fundamental need for social connection and relationships. Now, while we may not seek out large groups or constant social stimulation, meaningful relationships with friends can provide us with invaluable emotional support, understanding, and shared experiences. Now, for introverts, friendships may not be about quantity so much as quality. We often cherish deep, meaningful connections with a few close individuals, rather than having a wide circle of acquaintances. These kind of friendships can offer a safe space for us as introverts to express ourselves authentically without feeling drained or overwhelmed. Even though introverts may require more downtime to recharge after social interactions, the presence of supportive friends can enhance our overall well-being and happiness. Friends can provide us a sense of belonging and acceptance, and that's essential for introverts to thrive in their social lives. Now, while introverts may have a different approach to socializing compared to extroverts, the need for friendship and companionship remains the same. It remains significant. Building and maintaining meaningful connections with others can enrich our lives, enrich the lives of introverts, providing us with emotional fulfillment, companionship, and support in this journey of life. Now, those of us who are introverts might find it challenging to make friends for a variety of reasons. First of all, there's our preference for solitude. Introverts typically recharge our energy by spending time alone or in small, intimate settings. And this preference for solitude can lead us to have fewer opportunities for socializing, and that makes it harder to meet new people and form new friendships. Another challenge can be our social anxiety. Introverts might experience social anxiety or shyness, and that can make it difficult for us to initiate conversations or engage in social activities. Sometimes it's a fear of judgment or rejection that can hold us back from reaching out to others or participating in group settings. Selective socializing. Introverts tend to be selective about our social interactions, and we might prioritize quality over the quantity when it comes to our friendships. Sometimes we prefer meaningful connections with a few close individuals rather than superficial relationships with many people, and that can limit our social circle. Now, there is sometimes a misunderstanding of introversion. Our society often values extroverted traits such as outgoingness and assertiveness, and that could lead to misconceptions or even stereotypes about introverts being aloof or antisocial. Maybe somewhere along the line, someone has said to you, "You just need to come out of your shell." This misunderstanding can make it challenging for introverts to connect with others who might not fully understand or appreciate our personality traits. And sometimes we experience difficulty in larger groups. We introverts may feel overwhelmed or drained in large social gatherings, where focus is on small talk and superficial interactions. And we might struggle to assert ourselves or feel out of place in such settings, and it makes it harder for us to establish meaningful connections. And sometimes those of us who are introverts are just slow to open up. Introverts typically take time to warm up to new people, and we might be hesitant to reveal personal information or our emotions until we feel comfortable and trust the other person. And this cautious approach to building relationships can sometimes be misinterpreted as disinterest or aloofness. Now, despite these challenges, we introverts are fully capable of forming deep and meaningful friendships. It may simply require patience, understanding, and finding social environments that align with our preferences and our comfort levels. And cultivating self-awareness and practicing self-compassion can help introverts navigate social situations with greater confidence and authenticity. We don't have to beat ourselves up for being introverts, and we don't have to force ourselves to become extroverts. Instead, we can use our introverted personality as a strength. Now, when it comes to making new friends, introverts might face challenges for various reasons. And it's important to note that these challenges can vary from person to person. We're all different. And some common factors include preference for depth over breadth. Preference for depth over breadth. We introverts often prefer deep and meaningful connections rather than superficial interactions. Now, that doesn't mean that one form is better than another. It's just our preference. This can make us more selective in choosing friends, and that can result in a slower and more deliberate process in forming our relationships. Number 2 is social energy drain. Socializing can be draining for us introverts, as we might need more time alone to recharge our energies. Now, I enjoy having friends over for lunch or dinner. It's fun talking with friends and playing games in the living room after a meal. But when our friends go home, the first thing I need to do is go lay down for about an hour. This need for solitude can limit the frequency and duration of our social interactions, and that makes it harder to establish and maintain friendships. Introverts may be perceived as shy or reserved, especially in larger social gatherings. And others might misinterpret this behavior as disinterest, and that makes it harder for introverts to initiate and sustain connections. Introverts might prefer one-on-one or small group conversations rather than large social gatherings. Whenever we go to a party, I tend to engage in one-on-one conversations off to the side. In situations where extroverts thrive, introverts might feel less comfortable, and as a result, find it challenging to engage and connect with others. Societal expectations and norms may favor extroverted qualities, making introverts feel like they don't fit in or somehow are deficient in social skills. The societal pressure can contribute to feelings of isolation and difficulty in making new friends. If an introvert is surrounded by a predominantly extroverted social cycle, they might find it challenging to adapt to the group's energy levels and socializing preferences, and that can also make it harder to connect. Despite these challenges, it's essential to recognize that introverts are fully capable of forming deep and meaningful friendships. It often does require us to find like-minded individuals who appreciate the qualities that we introverts bring to relationships, and allowing for a more gradual and authentic connection-building process. Understanding and respecting an introvert's need for solitude and meaningful interactions can contribute to successful and fulfilling relationships. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video today. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button down below. And I'd also appreciate if you would subscribe to Generation Jones. Until we get together again really soon, I hope you're able to make meaningful connections this week.